You won't beat the millions of people looking for deals trying to do a DIY process. Not going to happen. The only way you're going to master it is listening to experts tell you how to go from beginner to pro right away. And that's what this video is about. Let's get started. You got to pick your sources. So there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of deal listing websites. There's aggregators. There's proprietary search things you can pay for. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to start your deal sourcing, to find the deals. But you got to pick your sources. You got to either say, hey, I'm going to look at these three primarily, and those are my sources. Or I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to set up a system to look at these 30, and that's my system. But you got to pick. I have not seen people do well when they just randomly look at every different thing and they're on this side and that side and this is different than that one and that one's different than this one. And when you ask them sort of what's happening, what are their results, they can't even tell you because they're on so many places. So pick your sources. Get comfortable with the fact that you're not special. You're one out of a million buyers with great pedigrees, great stories that are looking for the same freaking deal. So those paragraphs of who I am, take that crap out of your outreach to brokers. They don't care. When you're one of a million, you have to figure out how to get an edge. You can't be the last 999,000 people are better at this than you. No. All right, so when you're one of 1,000, what do? You pick your spots. You do more than others. You are more creative in your outreach. You do something that sort of recognizes that you're not special. It's a real important thing. If a broker doesn't get back to you, get over it. Your best and most important path is to continue your process recognizing you're one in a million. You just have to recognize that. In this game, the no's help more than the yeses. So you outreach to a broker looking for a deal, you get through all the malarkey, you get the deal, you look at it, and it's not quite your thing. Or maybe you have a call with the sellers, and after the call, it's not quite your thing. So you tell the broker no, but that's not the end of it. So when you tell somebody no, A, you should ask them for another deal. B, you should do it in a way that's professional because I don't like it. It's what most people do, and nobody wants to receive that message. There's a person on the other end of that. Also, the brokers like feedback. So if you tell them, hey, I don't like the deal because it's a bit small for me and it's in a further location that I'm really ready to master and go live in, then that gives the broker feedback that they can use in other outreach. So you're adding value to the broker, and you should ask for a deal for the feedback that you get. This one I'm going to shout from the mountaintops. Everyone loves a quick LOI. Everyone loves a quick LOI, letter of intent. When you get these deals, so you reach out to the broker, get a deal. I've seen people spend 3 weeks looking at this confidential information memorandum, then email me asking for help on putting the offer together, then sit on the offer for another week, and then deal with all these IOI processes. And then by the time they've done all their beginner's research and looked at this and done all these models, they send in an interest to have a call with the seller, and the deal's already under letter of intent. It was under letter of intent 3 weeks ago. So then you get frustrated, but why didn't you figure out a way to make your process quicker? I was doing deal LOIs in 48 hours. The multiple's 3 to 4 guys. Come on. You should know your industries by now. Come on. And if you're either going to be willing to move to the location or you're not, come on. You got an LOI template. If not, there's one on my website. Come on. So why can't you get one out in 48 hours? And I'll tell you, blow through the IOI processes. I'm not talking to brokers. I'm talking to buyers. An IOI is weak sauce. It's gumbo with no sausage. The only thing that matters is the letter of intent. So the broker has his process. That's cute. If you send a letter of intent that hits the seller's price and structure, you know what happens to the process? It stops. You won it. And what did I tell you earlier? You're one of a million. So I just gave you one way to get an edge. You can thank me in the comments. When I was looking at deals, I talked to brokers and I asked them, how many people get back to you? And fundamentally, 80% of them said that 80% of the folks turn into a ghost. You are not a ghost. So when you get a deal, you look at it, you talk to the seller, you no longer want to do the deal, you have to tell the broker. You cannot go ghost. It's painful. You open yourself up to the broker saying something back, but you just gave an answer, and that's what you need. And your no should always come with the request for a deal. I talked about that earlier. So now, as painful as it is, you write 2 to 3 sentences. Hey, I didn't like it. Too small, further away from my thing. But if it was a little bit bigger and closer to where I live, I'd be all over it. What else you got? The broker has a portfolio of deals. So you're already in communication. So use this opposite of ghosting, this responding politely and professionally process to get more deals. Also, when you're in back and forth with the broker, instead of just thinking of them as a one-time deal provider, think of them as a person that has endless benefit to you if they find the deal that you close. And so, yeah, we have all this small deal brokers are a pain in the butt. That's cool for you to have in your head. But if you want to master the process of getting a deal closed, the middlemen and middle women are so important, and you guys know how to handle that. So do better. Don't ghost. Because this, I go into this more deeply in the class. So, if you want to learn more about this, click the link in the description. I have a class that dives deep into all of this stuff and the whole deal process, and you should check it out.